if y'all remember the transfer portal of time and when we discovered it, it was amazing. And you started going through 37 progressions and it was landing on everything. Lands on the 21st of September, which they made a song about it. That's a big deal. It lands on the Gateway Arch date, which on October 28th, Bill Gates' birthday, when the Gateway Arch in St. Louis was officially opened. And the year we discovered it in 2022, you went backwards 37 days. It landed on a total solar eclipse. You went forward 37 days. It landed on the snow full moon. And that's when we knew we were onto something. Well, the third progression going forward, it landed on May 1st, May Day, May Day, May Day, an emergency. Our contributor told me once that there's more movies with the word Mayday in it than anything else you'll ever see. It means emergency, just like 9/11 does. And May 1st is opposite November 1st on the calendar, just like 9/11 is opposite March 11th, which is when it all went down in 2020, the ritual, March 11th, followed by Mr. Big's event on 3/13. But don't forget, March 11th is not only opposite 9/11, which was all about the rising. We've been over that a billion times, but it's opposite 3/11 numerically on a calendar, 3/11, 11/3. Did I say 11/3? March 11th is opposite November 3rd. And because most countries write the date backwards from us, and that's why 9/11 was really about 7/11, because September was once the seventh month. Revelation 11:7 is the rising Bible verse, what rose up on World Trade Tower. Boom, there we go. So on November 3rd, 11/3, that's the opening of One World Trade Tower. So he would go down opposite May 1st, November 1st, which is Day of the Dead. It's what they did at UFC 306. They showed you Day of the Dead. Guess what the 306 day of the year is? November 1st. So let's get into it. So it's opposite May Day, which means emergency, 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 just like 9/11 does. Does. It's opposite May 1st. The rising day then would be November 3rd. Remember, he rises on the third day. The Dark Knight Rises came out on the third day after the Dark Knight, July 18th, followed by July 20th, 4 years apart. But you see what they did there. UFC The Sphere featured Day of the Dead. It is the Celtic New Year and IPEC GOAT. Dead center. Dead center. Dead center. We're frozen right now, so dead center at the 343 mark gives us Day of the Dead. And it gives you a New Year's blower. Well, it's the Celtic New Year. And it's dead center. Dead center of IPEC GOAT, isn't it? Well, it sure is. So the Boston Celtics won the NBA championship. Biden's code name is Celtic or Celtic. The Celtics are pagans. So it's basically the Boston Pagans. Joe Biden's Secret Service code name is Celtic. President Biden's Secret Service name is Celtic. There it is. And don't forget, he's Robin to Trump's Batman. Biden's middle name is Robinette. This is all the big same squad story, divide and conquer, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Kamala means Lotus rising, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so he's going down November 1st, the Friday before the election, hypothesis. Partridge family. So Partridge is what it comes to in gematria. And, or Day of the Dead does. Day of the Dead is 588 and 98 in English ordinal. same as Partridge. The Partridge Family's first show to Day of the Dead, November 1st, is a perfect 19,761. Remember that 761 was featured in The Dark Knight, along with the 135 license tag. The 761 license tag and the 135 license tags were basically back-to-back minutes apart, and the 135th prime number is 761. Bruce Wayne had the 135 on his car, and then the bus had the 761 on it just after it in the scenes. And 761 is the total verses of Daniel and Revelation, 357 plus 404. And Day of the Dead, Dead Center, New Year's Eve Blower. It's day 306 of the year, and UFC 306 just paid homage to Day of the Dead in its third short movie clip of 6. It's just before the election to help things pop off. It's on a Friday, of course, to mimic Jesus. Death on a Friday. It has him rising on 11/3, which is opening One World Trade Tower, which is opposite 311, which is opposite 9/11 on the calendar. The 111 code is interesting as the transfer portal was all about the 37 progressions, and it is the third progression of 37. It lands on May Day and the 21st of September. Transfer portal of time is January 10th, 2022. January 10th, 2022. And it was also the night they had the college football championship game, and the Dr. Pepper transfer portal commercials were going off the chart. So remember, on 8/12/2022, it was the day Sirius the Dog Star rose, and a midpoint day of 2 total solar and 2 total lunar eclipses. The 2 total lunars were 88 days in both directions. And that August 12th date to our November 1st date is 8/12 days. So the 8/12 date is 8/12 days to 11/1. That's impossible. That's impossible. And there it is. It's 2 years, 2 months, 20 days for 222 code. It's 116 weeks for the backwards upside down 9/11 that they gave us in Back to the Future. The minutes also begin with 116. And we'll get to the rest later. I just wanted to start things off with this playlist. I'll save this one for later because I gotta get moving. Running out of time. Love y'all.